swear when I put on a full face of makeup, my cats look at me differently. They're like, who are you?
Yeah, my dog kind of backs up. Hey everyone, my name is Maisha and I'm a Sephora Beauty Director.
And my name's Melinda, also a Sephora Beauty Director.
And today we're going to be talking about a very special brand that just launched with us, Makeup by Mario. So I feel like I don't have to really introduce Mario.
I know.
I feel like Mario's had a very successful career with so many cool things, so many cool looks that people that really follow makeup really know who he is. But if you don't, he actually used to work at Sephora.
Which is so cute.
Which is really cool. And he's been a makeup artist for about 20 years. And the way he is celebrating his 20-year anniversary as a makeup artist is he's launching a brand. Like, that's like the best way I think you can celebrate your 20th year anniversary as a makeup artist. And Mario's very meticulous. He loves his looks to be really clean and really chic. Sometimes he goes for like full glam. Sometimes it's a little bit more natural. Yeah. I feel like his looks are very transformative. They're very modern. So with his makeup line, he wanted to, one, make it very appealing to makeup artists. Like, as professionals, like, you want something really sleek and really fancy, but super effective and with a large range of color. But if you're a beginner, the fact that there's a ton of colors and it's very easy to use and plainly laid out makes it very easy too. So I think this is gonna be great for pretty much anybody.
I'm really excited to take a look at this. I'm so excited that everyone can be safe and healthy here in the studio together again, and let's jump in.
Yeah. Okay, I think the first product to talk about is the Master Mattes palette. So this right here, this is the Master Mattes eyeshadow palette. He made this based off of human skin tones. That's why you see the gradation of like undertones and different shades and whatnot. They are fully pigmented, I would say, but they're meant to be a little translucent so that you can actually build it instead of getting lots of fallout. He doesn't like fallout. He said that many times. So they're actually very, very nice to build. I kind of think of them almost like you're contouring the eye, you're sculpting the eye, almost like a face product. They have really buttery pigment too, and it's kind of fun to find your skin tone. Like, they're numbered one through 4, and I'm exactly a 4. It's so nice to find a color that like is like you can't even see it. Like, I'm showing you the swatch, but it's gone.
That's so true.
So you can actually find your skin tone, and that can be like your transition, your super, super soft color, which I really enjoy. And the next product we're gonna talk about, I think they work hand in hand because you should always sort of mix your textures in your eye if you want that ultra dimension. You can definitely use these products by themselves, but for like the ultimate dimension, mixing them is really gonna give you the most dramatic, sculpted eye.
I love this. I feel like you have every color of transition you could possibly need in one palette as an artist, but then also being able to use these for like a smoky eye if you're not super used to super heavy pigment. Like, this is less intimidating.
Really great palette. I feel like if you are someone who wants to add more dimension to your looks, or you're just a makeup artist and you want something very easy to go that's just like nice, beautiful pigment.
Yeah, I feel like you are a professional makeup artist. You're so good at shadows. For me, I do my best with shadows and I'm getting a lot better, but this is way less intimidating. Like, if I would have had this to start, I think I would have been really into it.
It's also a sign of the times. Like, they didn't really make a lot of matte eyeshadow back in the day.
Exactly.
And also, like, when I was coming up, early 2000s, we didn't even wear lipstick, we just wore eyes. So it's like, I think that's why I wore so much eyeshadow. I would go to the club, blue and yellow eyeshadow, nothing on my mouth, like nothing at all. So it's a sign of the times. A really great matte eyeshadow palette.
Okay, and of course there is a metallic palette. So for Makeup by Mario, this is the Master Metallics eyeshadow palette, and it is gorgeous. And like I said, mattes, sometimes intimidating. These not so much. Metallics, my best friend. This is my go-to always. And like you said, it's nice to have a transition and mix type of formulas. Every single one of these, I just want to put on my face at once. So
yeah, I think sometimes people think that matte is easier because it's a little, you know, it's not as showy, but matte can be hard to blend because you have to start from lightest to darkest, and it's hard to fix mistakes. Metallic, it's so shiny that you can't really tell what's going on. Kind of like glitter nail polish. I use glitter nail polish all the time because I'm bad at giving myself pedicures and you can't tell what's going on. So the shinier it is, the more mistakes you can make. It's the best part.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That took a second for me to compute.
Oh, when I mess up my eyeshadow, I just put glitter all over it all the time. So I love having different shades of metallics. A lot of times when I get ready, she's seen it, I'll have like 3 palettes out in front of me because I need my metallics, like this individual one. But I just love the fact that it has everything. And I think sometimes people think that their eyeshadow palettes have to be like, they're married to them. They have to do every single thing for them. Like, this is all metallics. It's meant to be used with something else, like a liner or the matte palette we just talked about. So this is great if you just want an assortment of shimmers.
Right.
If you're an artist and you don't want to have to deal with 5 different palettes to get all these really beautiful metallics. Mario does like to use, they are numbered just like the Master Matte one. He does like to use 5 and 8 is highlighters because they are sort of skin tone colors.
yeah.
I dip into number 2 all the time because I love
I think
pink
that one's
shimmer.
my favorite.
I like pink shimmer. That's the first one I dipped into when I opened my box. I was like, that
Me
is
too.
me.
That's the one I immediately reached for.
I just love pink shimmer on the eyes. I
That's
think
pretty.
it's so pretty. And the funny thing is I love blue, but I think because I've been at home, I haven't dipped into that like deep blue. That's probably my
'Cause you
my
always
next one.
did the
I
blue.
love blue, but
Yeah.
it's like me and my dog chilling in my living room, so
I
we'll
mean-
see. And again, if you're a beginner, like Melinda's not a beginner, she's not giving herself credit. Melinda turns looks. But if you're someone who just wants to try something, pop some liner on, put some metallic on with your finger, mascara, and you go, and it's gorgeous.
That's what I'm saying. I just like, I like lazy girl makeup. That's what it is.
And it's funny because I like all the steps.
yeah.
There's nothing better than like turning on music and knowing you have somewhere to go, but you don't have to get there within a certain time frame.
See, that's skincare for me. I'll sit with like music on and do
Oh, I
like
do that too.
12 steps of skincare. Yeah.
I fully embalm myself at night.
Yeah.
Like,
I
grease-
imagine you just like laying there
Yeah.
like wet.
So I know you want to see swatches, so we're gonna do swatches. That's why you're here, you know. So pink, of course, number
Yes.
2, and then number 5, which is that like really pretty highlight color.
And these are both ones that both of us gravitated towards as well.
Really pretty. And the pink is like has like a copper pink shift, which is really nice. So it's kind of a duochrome color.
I mean,
So
that's
nice.
beautiful. And I can't describe the formula of these really as anything but like bouncy and cushiony. Like they're creamy.
Yeah, they're definitely powder. They're not like
So
a putty
pretty.
formula. Like
Yeah.
sometimes people
Right.
do putty formulas.
Right.
These are almost like a packed metallic shimmer pigment or something.
But I mean, the payoff is just nuts. Like you do not have to try hard to get,
So pretty.
yeah. Hoo-hoo, girl. That's a very you color.
Yeah.
I mean, in fact, you're like kind of wearing,
I know. I would put a blue base under that and make it bluer.
yeah,
I just want all the colors.
yeah.
So next up we have the Master Secret Glow Highlighter. So this is sort of like one of Mario's secrets. He uses kind of like a balmy clear highlighter a lot of times on his clients to create that really beautiful reflective shine that shows up really well in that
Yeah.
nighttime flash photography. And I've seen him put the highlighter only on one side of the face, which is really interesting sometimes for that high beam shine. A little bit on the forehead. I've seen him do a little bit on the cheekbone and a little bit on the chin because it kind of gives that reflection just from one side versus both sides might be a little too much.
Right.
But this is really great because you know he's a makeup artist because he made this like clear, balmy.
This is
Sort of,
rare. Like,
yeah.
this is not the type of product that a lot of brands make. I feel like it's kind of hard to find a clear gloss, especially a clear glossy highlighter that's actually meant for your complexion.
This is what highlighter, you know, looks like in its natural form. It's not greasy. I actually had to layer quite a bit on to get like a high shine, so you don't need much. This would be really great if you're someone with drier skin. You can actually rub it in to where it's not noticeable and just have like a suppleness, if that makes sense. Or you can just like tap it on and create like a really high gloss or eyelids. You can do all sorts of things with it, but I feel like it's beautiful because sometimes, especially when I'm doing someone's makeup, and you know how like you like your own highlighters, but you do someone else's makeup, you don't know how things are gonna show up and you're trying things.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's glittery, that's gold, this is sparkly, and I just want something that's just shine. Just
Yeah,
shine.
just that natural glow. I love a face gloss. The one thing I will say is like, you want to wear a little bit less foundation underneath.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
With something like this because, or if you put it on your lids, you don't want to put too much underneath it, but it sits really well. I love this type of stuff and I just think it looks so much more naturally glowy.
Yeah, that's definitely the secret to like eye gloss is minimal or nothing underneath.
Yeah.
And using like a waterproof liner or mascara.
Yeah,
There you go.
less is more. So we have to talk about eyeliner, right? Because we have these palettes, we have all this cool stuff. So I feel like he did a really good job with the tip. This is what I'm into, is how fine the tip of this eyeliner is, because felt tips, if they are too thick at the end, you cannot get that flick.
Yeah.
And I feel like this is like the perfect shape. I was able to do a fine line from the inner corner all the way out, and then the wing was kind of seamless. And there's plenty of juice in there, you know? Like you get some eyeliners at first and you're like, there's lots of juice in here, and I haven't had an issue at all with that, so.
Yeah, I am a wing liner person.
Yeah, you
I
are.
don't care what I'm doing. If I'm talking about a round smoky eye, I'm gonna wing it out, which is like totally doesn't make sense, but like I just love a wing liner, and I like how waterproof it is. Like we've been filming at home, and I've just been sitting and sweating in my apartment with no AC on, and it hasn't budged. I have allergies.
Yeah.
Like it's been very long lasting, so I really appreciate that. And I'm felt tip deficient, even though I've been doing cat eye since I was 15.
I know you hate felt tip usually.
I'm so bad with it, and this was very easy to use. So
it's the shape of it is really good.
So really, really nice, super black, very waterproof. I can attest to. You can sweat, you can cry, you can do all sorts of stuff with it. You're fine. Okay, so there's liquid, and of course there's pencil. You've seen me do lots of eyeshadow tutorials, and I always stress the importance of eyeliner and bases and things like that. Same thing with Mario. I feel like it's fresh in my brain because I just watched 3 of his master classes, and he created the Master Pigment Pro eyeliner pencil, and it has this little brush on it, as you can see, which is really nice. It's very rectangular, so it lends itself, I think, more to dragging out. So it's a great precursor for the liquid liner. It's a super black. I have it on right now underneath like all my layers and layers of shimmer and things like that. Super, super black. You can build up really well, which I really, really like. A lot of times as I'm doing my eye makeup, my little teariness comes through and then my eyeliner starts coming off, and I didn't find that to be an issue here. It's like nice and thick and pigmented. Let's see, this is a freshie. Ooh. So there's the first 2 came out with are black and brown, which I think are essential. And the way that Mario, I kind of think the same way about black and brown liner, and he kind of summed it up nicely. Like the brown is supposed to be that color that kind of sculpts the entire eye. You don't have to automatically go 0 to 60 with black to gain that like emphasis and dimension on the eye.
Right.
So you can kind of like rim the eye with brown if you want to, and just use the black just to tight line. Because sometimes black on the bottom is sort of harsh.
Yeah.
But I actually have the brown on underneath, like. I have so much color on my eyes because I was just upstairs. Helen and Melinda were filming first, so I had like 3 hours to get ready, which is like, don't give me enough time to get ready.
15 layers of liner.
Don't give me like too much time to get ready. I'll just put some more stuff on my face. But yeah, I love the brown underneath because sometimes with black, like I said, it can be a little harsh. Maybe you want to look a little bright-eyed and bushy-tailed that day. So yeah, I just really love how creamy these are. And again, just like the liquid, sweat-proof, cry-proof, all that. Like I've gone through that. So beautiful, beautiful, and super creamy. And it does set pretty quickly. Like I think I would give it 10 more seconds, but even just doing that,
yeah,
it's staying put pretty well.
You know, I feel like it's kind of difficult too to find a creamy eyeliner that actually lasts like that.
Yeah.
Like for it to set that quickly and stay in place. So you have the flexibility of when you're applying, you know, to get it where you need it to go without skipping and all of that. But then it's going to stay there all day. And usually you can't get both of those.
And like I said, you can do like a smokiness in the bottom, but I think because it's rectangular with this brush, like Melinda's saying, you can. It's creamy enough so you can blend it.
Yep.
It does lend itself to like a wing shape.
Oh my gosh,
He did say that like his older sister struggles with getting like even cat eyes, so he created a lot of his
Her
liners.
older sister and everyone else in the world?
Yeah. He's like, my older sister struggles with cat eyes and getting them even, so I really wanted to make a product that was easy for her and easy for a lot of other people. So I think this square, I mean, sometimes they just add brushes to things just because, but this was really well thought out because it's so square that it just like does your wing liner for you. So that's
cool.
really easy.
I didn't realize that about it. That's really cool. Okay, last but certainly not least, especially for a bold lip enthusiast, is the Master Mattes Pro Lip Palette from Makeup by Mario. It's beautiful. It's so rare that people come out with lip palettes anymore, and I think it's so fun. It has this little fold out palette that you can mix and match the shades, so you have these primary colors. You can really be your own artist, which is so fun to be able to do at home. Comes with a brush. I'm actually wearing this shade here, which is LP12. It's like a really pretty bright red lip, but you can tell it looks different in the palette than it does on you, and you can play around it, mix and match, and do so much. So I love this.
Yeah, Mario shared a lot about him in the lab and how he was creating things, and I feel like the pigments he used are definitely not chalky, and I feel like that's why it can look different on everybody, which is a good thing.
Right.
Like it's like the pigments aren't white and chalky, they're like more translucent, so the color's
are.
true. I've noticed that a lot when
Yeah.
I've done research, like if the pigments are translucent or something. I could be totally wrong, Mario, but I've seen you mixing things and like creating things, and I feel like you would know to create something that's like individual to people. Like these are gorgeous because like, oh, so pretty. And like you have the little, so you have these, and even if you're not well versed in color theory, like don't overthink it. If you want something more berryish, like if Melinda wanted to turn this pink into that, she could just add the blue. Or if you want to make something brighter or ombre, like it's just so
That's
pretty.
what's so fun. Like I feel like you just feel like a professional
Yeah.
artist while you get to mix and match these colors, and you have the little palette right there.
I just want to do this.
What I do really love about this matte formula is how comfortable it is. I think a lot of people are talking about how gloss is coming back and matte lipsticks and liquid lipsticks were so huge. This is like the perfect lipstick to layer with gloss because it goes on thin, it dries down matte.
We forget that traditional lipstick still exists, and it
Yeah.
can be just as long wearing and matte as a liquid lip. So this is definitely like taking that traditional lipstick and like making it like something
So true.
something else. Like it's really nice. Again, like it's gonna be intense pigment for a makeup artist, but super long wearing for, you know, the average person, because makeup artists, we like to change things every hour, so we want something that's super pigmented and easy to use, but really pretty. Your lips look vinyl-y.
Really?
Like vinyl-y, I think is the term I would use, like a matte vinyl.
Yeah, it's what it feels like is so thin and flexible, which is unlike usually liquid lipstick. You know, you can feel it sitting there, which, you know, is fine, but this feels like very,
Like when
very
you
light.
forget you have makeup on and you're like,
Yeah, it might be bad.
super lightweight, barely there, undetectable.
Probably great for an option for under face masks if you do a thin enough layer and let it dry down and maybe pat it with some setting powder type
sure,
of thing.
for sure.
If you do want to go for a lip and you're going to be taking that off temporarily at some point or just for yourself.
For myself, that's what I wear sparkly things for around
Yeah.
around the house. But this is not all. We didn't want to overwhelm you with every single piece of the brand. It's like some really amazing things that Mario has made as well. So maybe in the comment section below, drop your favorite thing. Like, I will say the Master Metals is bomb. I love it. We didn't talk about that. I love that Master Metals. Like, that is amazing. So go ahead and let us know what your favorite product is from the Makeup by Mario line. We'd love to hear about it. And as always, please subscribe so you don't miss stuff like this, us being cute, wearing like vinyl lips and stuff. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.